Hey guys, Jay here. Welcome to another cosplay unboxing review. Today I'm doing a review on what I have right here. This is Genesis Rhapsodos from Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. It's got a package right here, so we're going to open this today. Also, it's actually partly opened on this side because the website, so I got this at Easy Cosplay, which is where I get most of my costumes. The majority of stuff that I review on here is from Easy Cosplay. Their website still says processing for my order. So it doesn't even say that it's been fulfilled or anything or shipped, but I got this today, so I'm going to be opening it. Well, today in terms of recording anyway. So I'm going to be opening this right now, and this is probably going to be loud, but whatever. Oh, right, I was saying something before I opened that. The whole point of me saying like where I get it from and stuff like that and the processing thing, because of that, and I didn't know what it was when I got it, because that thing still said processing, so I wasn't sure what my order was, what I was even having in front of me. So I opened a part of it, and I could see the red, this red here of the jacket. That's how I knew what it was. So my other camera just died. I'll get back to this in just a moment when I change the battery out of this so I can show you some close-ups. Alright, much better. This one's charged now. So, I was saying before this died on me, the gloves seem to fit, or this glove anyway, seem to fit good enough. It's not great, but it'll work. It'll be fine. And then let me check the other one. There we go. And fits exactly the same. This one actually, yeah, so my hand is actually right here. The web of my fingers right here is right there. And they aren't big enough, but I'm going to try and get some other ones, so see what happens there. If you haven't noticed, I haven't done anything with this yet. So, let me see here. So this is just pleather. This is the pants. I'm not using these, by the way. I didn't want the pants. I don't really care. I'll get into why in a minute. The rest of the video will have the rest of the stuff. But, yeah, let's just get into this real quick. So, okay, so this isn't exactly like the photo. This is kind of better, but not really. This has, okay, so it's hard to explain. So when you're bigger like me, it's hard to wear their actual clothing because they have like higher waisted pants that go up their stomach, and when you aren't like athletic, you know, flat, skinny, or whatever, this stuff doesn't fit that way. So having it this way, where everything is attached to the pants, is the way to make that work. This is not going to work though. I already knew that. I'm not 100% sure if this is exactly like the pictures or not. I don't remember. All I knew was I wasn't going to use these anyway. The belting and the pants, which weirdly have pockets. They never have pockets. But whatever. I was never going to wear them in the first place, so it didn't really matter. Also, these aren't even correct. So for Genesis, he wears his harness like Sephiroth, which would be crossed like this. But these, yeah, they kind of can do that, but not really. Well, I guess they can do that. They are sewn in that way. But either way, they're supposed to do what the regular harness does, which is go from here, and they go into a Y in the back, where there's a circle in the back, and then it's a long thing going down. It's really hard to explain, but instead of going down like this, like Cloud and Zack and Angeal have, and the rest of the soldier members, they cross, and it's black with a black belt instead of brown. So regardless, I'm not using these, so it doesn't really matter. So these are just going to go over there because I don't want them. I didn't want them in the first place. Okay, so these are the belts for the boots, which I have boots coming, so I'm going to review those on their own. There is 4 of them, just like they're supposed to be, so that's good. I guess I can test to see if they'll fit around my thigh. I don't know. They probably will. They will, so it doesn't matter. If I needed to make boot covers, I would need these, but I'm not. Also, the cool thing about this is some pretty thin stuff, and it seems like they're bigger than they need to be. So that means that if I needed to, I could probably cut this bad one off, the buckle here. I could probably cut that off and sew a different one on, like down here, like fold it here and sew one on that's better, and do 4 of those and make it look nicer. But I may not need these, which is good because that means these could probably come in handy for something else. So these are going to go right there because I have a bin full of straps, like just a whole bunch of straps, and it's going to go there. These are the boot covers that I'm not going to use. I never use boot covers that come with them, so it doesn't really matter. But, I mean, are these even big enough? They are. They're big enough. But I'm not going to use them. So, I didn't want them in the first place. So, it doesn't really matter. Just know that they did come up to the right area on my leg, so that's good. So, if you do want to use these, they're not amazing. They're just cheap pleather. They're just crappy pleather. They're not going to stay very well. They're going to get damaged easily. And it looks like they go under the toe of the boot here. And then there's a strap that goes under the heel of the boot. But that's it. That's what boot covers are. That's just how they work. Again, I'm getting my own boots that are different, that are made specifically as boots. So I'll be doing those in this video a little bit later. So this also goes over there. Now this, I did not expect to be this, this material. I might use this. This is nice, actually. So this is much nicer and I think better than mine. So I have a black turtleneck long sleeve shirt. I might cut the sleeves because long sleeves in a long sleeve trench coat sucks. So let me just try this one on real quick. I'll cut out me trying it on and I'll just show you after I get it on. Okay, yeah. Definitely like this one better. So mine, this one fits perfectly actually. Mine fits very similar around the rest of it. This also stretches, so it stretches pretty good. So that's good, so does mine. But mine fits a lot tighter on the neck. I want it looser like this because he does have a loose turtleneck. So this is better. Mine is like super tight, and I don't like it. So this is a lot better. I think I'm just gonna stick with this one. And it's long enough that I can tuck it in like it's supposed to be. So, onto the jacket. Paper in there. All right. So, okay. This may look bad, but I'm actually happy for this. So the armor is just pieces of pleather that just kind of sit there. I can cut these off. I can cut them off very close and nobody will notice. That's what I wanted, was to be able to take them off, because I would. So they have these. I think they're called. These are rivets. Yeah, these are rivets. Oh, there's even this one's even really crappy. It's probably hard to see, but this one's like all crappy. They're all kind of crappy. But the point is, it looked on the pictures like that was. Oh, I flipped it inside out. It looked on the pictures like that was going to be stuck to the jacket, like riveted onto the jacket. I didn't want that. So it's not. So let's try this baby on. And now I did order a 2X, I believe. I ordered a standard size, not the custom size option thing. That was because I wanted it in time for the convention. It fits. It fits. This actually fits perfectly. I didn't think it was going to fit that perfect. All right, yeah. The armor is not staying on where it's supposed to, but it's fine. I don't really care. I am going to need to figure out how to carefully iron this to be not all wrinkly. But, yeah, okay. Okay, it is a little bit long. It's almost touching the floor. It's actually at my ankles right now. This is fine for how this is. So I'm not upset about that. I thought I was going to have to redo the sleeves, the front of the sleeves, the cuffs. That's what they're called, the cuffs of the sleeves. But I'm not going to, so that's good. So yeah, it fits fine to where I'm not going to be upset about it at all. I don't care. And then yeah, so this is how this looks. I am getting a belt. So I'm doing these all on different days. So I'm just doing these the days that I get them. So I haven't got the boots or the belt yet. So when those come, they will be added to this video. and it'll all be in the same video. I can turn this one off. Actually, I can shut that off now. I don't want to waste that battery any more than I have to when the other one died. So, review. I like it. Again, I'm not using the pants or the boot covers or whatever because I knew I wasn't going to use those, or the belt thing that is attached to the pants. I knew I wasn't going to use those. So that's why I'm glad that I get that discount as a known customer to them, who they give me a discount because of my continued patronage, I guess. I don't know what it's called, but they give me a specific one for me, I think. So, yeah, I like it. I'm going to have to hem it. So the bottom, like I said, it's reaching my ankles, and it should be about mid-calf. So I am going to hem that. I don't need to do a video of that. I might take a video when I do it and put it up as B-roll right here. I don't know. My hair is already almost the length. It actually is the length of Genesis's hair. It's just not the right color. So that's kind of funny. Yeah, no, it's comfortable too. I'm not uncomfortable in this. So, like, I'm able to have free movement of all of my limbs. I mean, it's only a jacket, so it's my arms, because the rest of me is just wearing clothes. So, I do have pretty darn good movement of all of my limbs, or my arms, so I'm not upset at all. I like it. It's the same kind of pleather that you would normally get with many of the other costumes you're going to get from these places, so just be aware of that. It looks like everything is made out of the same pleather, and I do like this kind. I'm not going to turn this back on to show you, but it's got like a little bit of a texture to it, like leather wood, like real leather wood. So it kind of has a look of shiny real leather, which is good. So if HD pictures might show that, and it'll look more leathery, like real leather, which will be a really good illusion type thing for videos. So I am going to see about getting different gloves. I do have 2 pairs of gloves on Amazon saved under my where you put it in your cart, you put save for later or whatever, and it's in a list of saved things. That, so I have 2 different ones there. I'm going to see about ordering those, but these are fine. There's nothing wrong with these. I might try to get red nylon ones, because nylon ones are easier to get on and off at the convention, because these are going to get really difficult. No, sorry, excuse me. So these are going to get really difficult to take off after I'm sweating in them, because it's going to be a hot costume. So, and as you can see here, the shirt is coming out from under it, which I knew that was going to happen because that's just long sleeve against other long sleeve stuff. It's just what happens. So I'm going to cut that, and that's going to get even hotter, so that's another reason to cut that. So I'm taking these off. Also, it's not hot up here. It's not like super hot. This is before spring even starts. It's February. So I'm actually not uncomfortable right now. Normally I would have to have like my air conditioner on to have this kind of stuff on, or things like that, but I don't. So that means it's not as thick and hot as it could have been, or as some other costumes like that one is. That one I can't breathe through. This one at least I can do this while I'm at the convention and get some air in me. So that one I can't do that. So yeah, so like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. I do want to see if I can make this stand up a little better, where it's flat here instead of doing this, but I don't think that's possible. I think that's just a game thing, like the game model of Genesis is just made that way, and physics don't affect models the same way it does humans. So yeah, yeah, like I said, I'm very happy about this. I really like that this turtleneck fits the way it does. That's exactly how I want it to fit. I'm very happy with this. So if you guys want to get this costume for yourself, it may be different if you get it. So I have done a video, which I'll put in the description below, about buying from places like these, where I explain how the kind of process works and how these places work. So it has to do with me talking about how you might get something different. You may get something from a different warehouse. So in short, basically what happens is these places like Easy Cosplay or Hello Cosplay or Cosplay Magic or whatever all the other places are, they all contract warehouses, and the warehouses make the things and at mass production, and then they go on their shelves and get whatever they need. And then the custom sizes is mix matching all the different sizes. So I might get like a 3X, a 2X, and a 3X, and then like 2X gloves or 1X gloves, something like that. They can mix them up. That's why they do that. Anyway, you could get something from a different warehouse. That might have been what happened here, because the pants, I believe the picture shows a separate belt, like the belt piece, and it shows it correctly going across, like crossing the chest, and it looks like it's separate, and it has the logo, the soldier logo that's on all their belts, and this one doesn't. This one looks like one of the ones that I've seen in other pictures, so it's very likely that the other warehouse, and they were on holiday, they were on Spring Festival or Lunar New Year, so a lot of things were happening, so they were trying to rush everything for me. They even said that they would get it to me in the middle of February, which it's the 16th today, which is almost the middle of February. It's really close. It's good enough for me. So they kept their promise on that. But because of that, because they had to rush things like that, I believe they just got whatever warehouse had it ready at the time and said, hey, send that out. So I'm not mad about that. So don't think I'm mad about that or anything. I'm totally cool with that. As long as I get something I like, I don't care where it comes from. So that could be what happened. The problem is if my belt that I get is really bad, it would have been nice to have a backup, but it's not a huge problem. I'm not gonna get mad about it. I can alter the one that I got with the pants if I really have to. I just don't want to wear those because they're pleather, and pleather pants suck, like really bad. They're the worst thing to wear. Like leather pants are bad, but those are horrible. So I don't want to wear them if I can. And then the boot covers, if I need them, at least I have them. I'm hoping I don't, but if I do, at least I have them. So yeah, like I said, again, I like this. I'm happy with it, and I have no problems. So if you want it, it'll be down in the description. It should be the first link in the description is where to get this. And then when I do the belt and stuff after this part, all that stuff will be after it. All right, so the belt just came today, just now. So right as I'm recording this, like literally minutes ago. So I'm gonna get right on into this. But first I should mention, you can see behind me, I kind of updated it already. So I took off it's literally been like 4 days. So I took the armor off, and this is it's cut to be the pattern that I needed for the armor, and I made the armor. The tutorial is coming out probably after this video. We'll see what happens. So yeah, so this is the belt. It has to be, because it's the only thing that says that it arrived. So I'm gonna get right on into opening it, since this video is already kind of long. So open there, and I don't think there's anywhere else. Oh, yep, okay. So this is the top, so open there and open there. This should go by pretty fast because it's only one piece, kind of. It's well, it's a few pieces. It's the belt thing and the straps. All right. Okay, so looks like it should be good enough. Let me unzip. Oh, okay, that could be fine. Wow. So, okay, this is kind of annoying. It's not wanting to. Okay, I'm definitely going. No. Oh, it's on the back. Okay, so it's not a huge deal where everything goes, but it is kind of difficult to figure out. So, this should go this way. So this is going to be very different from my cloud one. So my cloud one is correct. It oh, the Velcro wants to come off. One sec. That's strong Velcro. Whatever. And they didn't even finish sewing this. How do you mess that up? Okay. You can see the design here, but this one is the only one that doesn't have stitching on it. How'd they mess that up? I mean, you can kind of tell that it's different. It's not as dark as these because this has black stitching around it. How do you mess that up? That's whatever. I can just do that on my machine probably. Or if I really have to, it looks like it's stitched with like a 3mm separating stitch. So I should be able to do that myself if I really need to. Oh, so this thing. This is actually a Sephiroth belt, technically. So it came with Sephiroth's thing that goes over his jacket. So if anybody wants a Sephiroth thing, here we go. You guys can, anybody can have that. I don't want it. But yeah, no, they didn't have the belt for Genesis. They only had a Sephiroth one. So this is technically incorrect, but it's fixable. I only wanted the belt, really. Come on. So, swapping over these D-rings to be... screw it, I'll just put it back. I'm going to be taking those off, probably, and replacing it. This thing is... It has a feel to it. It's like something's coming off of it. So that's something to keep in mind. But the belt is super thin. Here, I'll put this up here like this, so you can see how thin that is, compared to my Cloud one. This is my Cloud one. For comparison. Yeah, it's quite different. And even then, this is a little big, this Cloud one, because I'm a little big. So, and I can't do the 2 belts that he wears on his pants. So I do that to make up for it, so that my shirt doesn't show under the belt. But I got a different one with that harness. That was a replacement harness that they just sent me, the replacement of that piece. And it's even wider than this one, the original one. So it's whatever. But yeah, so let me try to put all this together. Let me set this up like this. So for Genesis, it crosses over his chest. So I put that in wrong. So, oh, I was mentioning before that belt is different than Cloud and Zack and Angeal and every other soldier except for Sephiroth and Genesis, because for some reason they cross it on their chest. I don't know why. That's just how they both do it. So, but this one also, this isn't how these look. So I'm sure even on Genesis and Sephiroth's, it does the same thing in the back as the regular ones, which is it comes to a Y. Like it goes over the shoulder, comes to a center point in the back, and then comes down, like, so it's a letter Y on their back. This one isn't doing that, but you can't see the back through the jacket anyway, so it's not a huge deal. I don't really care. I might change that though, because I can just take these straps off. These aren't very good straps. So let me see here. I'm just trying to put this together. I don't remember which side goes on top. I don't remember which cross goes on top. So I'm just going to put it as the right one for now. This just came out. Okay, that's annoying. There we go. The pin for the buckle had just come out. And it's... Oh, never mind. I thought it was backwards. It's not. This is a disaster. Alright. I'm putting it on the tightest so far. The tightest setting that it can go on for the belts. And then I can adjust it from there. If that's too high, I can always just change it. So, there's that. That's definitely too high. So just let me see first. So that's... Yeah, that's near the chest. So I need to make it longer. Luckily, it goes really long. So, I'm going to put it down by maybe 3? Let's go 3. Okay, no, it's not much better. That needs to go down a little bit more still. But yeah, this is the belt. So yeah, let me make it a little bit longer still. These adjust fairly far, so that's good. God, I can't stand the feel of this. I think it's just because these sit in a warehouse forever. So they usually stink, but this is definitely not the kind of pleather that stinks. This kind of pleather, this shiny, soft pleather, that's the kind that usually stinks when it sits for a while. So, or in a warehouse, in a musty warehouse. This stuff doesn't, but it's definitely had moisture added to it because of probably just sitting there forever. So, I'm not going to complain about that. That's just what happens. So, okay, let's try this. Oh, that's a lot better. There we go. So, this is the soldier belt. It's actually not bad. It's really nice, actually. The cloud one that I have is, what do I want to say? What is it? I don't even know what it is. It's plastic inside it. It's like a thermoplastic, I think. Inside, like, this is definitely just 2 layers of this thick vinyl, which this is some pretty good thick vinyl, actually. This is like upholstery vinyl, which is nice. But so is the other ones. The cloud one is also upholstery vinyl, which is really thick and nice. But it does have a piece of plastic or thermoplastic or something, I don't know what it is, inside it to keep its shape. This one keeps its shape just fine, being 2 layers of vinyl, which is same thing. That one's just stronger because it's got the plastic in it. But this one seems to be fine, and I like that it actually fits me perfectly around here. This is how tight I wanted it, or how loose I wanted it. This works. I could even tighten it a little tighter, but it's all the way where both pieces of vinyl are end to end, so they're perfectly set together, I guess, like they were when I got it. So like when I opened it and took the vinyl apart, they're like that, where it's not overlapping or not enough, you know what I mean. But yeah, so, and it's a good weight. I like the weight of it. It's not heavy, but it's not super light, and I can feel that I'm wearing it, but I can feel it's also not restrictive in any way, which is nice. I still might adjust it, and I'll just do that in a mirror or something. But I actually think these straps could be fine. I don't love them, but they're accurate. So, well, in the front anyway, you can't see the back, so it doesn't matter. The front, he has one loop here like this. He also has these silver rivets that hold it closed. It's exactly. I just need to change the way this thing looks. I'm going to add, so I did this on my Decidia one, where Decidia has the logo separated from the rest of the belt. And then there's a gray belt around it that holds everything together, and then the straps and the armor and all that for Cloud. Well, those in that one, the thing that holds the two together, other than just that belt, is the strap that, or the whatever that whatever that is, the loop that the strap feeds into and closes over. I have those with little tiny buckles. They're little parachute buckles, like they're little, like, I don't know, 6 millimeter wide ones, and they just clip together. One's on the back of the logo, and the other one is on the actual loop itself, so it can come undone, and I can slide the thing off of it. This one, since it's riveted on, it can't just come off. So, like, I can't just take this off without cutting it. So if I cut this one off and put that loop there and make it so that it closes like that, I probably don't even have to do that. I can probably just leave it like this, because, to be honest, it just comes right off. I don't even need to worry about that. So I can just add those loops and probably not even have to ever take the straps off of this thing. I like this. I'm very happy with this. I wish it was a little bit taller, and I'm kind of upset that they didn't sew that down. They did what I was trying to do, which, one sec, I actually made the soldier logo. This is way too big, obviously. This is based on the size of my Cloud jacket. But, yeah, I sewed through this to make it look like the logo. And then I was going to fold all these over like this, and then sew it down. Like, if this wasn't good, but it was big enough for me to use this, it would have sewn down on top of it. So I was going to do that, but I don't have to now. And I can just sew down this one right here, because even if I can't use my machine for that, I can still use my hand and just carefully make it look correct. And it shouldn't be a problem. However, I'm going to have to use pliers with that, because putting a needle through this stuff sucks. So there's that. But yeah, no, I like this, so that's good. So I'll add it to what I have here, and then when I get the boots, that part will be next. All right, slight problem. The boots haven't showed up in time for this video. So this video is scheduled for a certain time that I wanted it to be out, a certain day. So yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. If they come in time for the convention, I will use them, and I'll probably talk about it in the vlog or something, because because I'll be vlogging with that costume. But for now, I have made boot covers. These aren't completely finished. So if this part's been added to the video, and if the boots haven't come, or if the boots are, if they do come and they are garbage, like really bad, to the point where I can't use them, I will use these. So yeah, and this video will come out. If all that happens, this video will come out, where it is a whole work vlog of me making these. So that'll be another video after this at some point. But yeah, so this is just added on because the boots never came, or they're not here yet anyway, and see what happens. So again, if I get them, I'll put them in the vlog. If not, then whatever. Anyway, so that's going to be it for this video. So if you like it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.